Namaskar, hello and welcome to NCERT's special live phone-in interactive program, SAHYOG, Guidance for Mental Well-Being of the Children. My name is Tanvi Khurana, and in this particular session, we are going to discuss the topic online learning by school students, efforts and supports. So, we all know that during the COVID time, everybody is learning online, be it teachers, be it students, and their efforts are so visible. So this is what we are going to talk about, and if there are any challenges, any difficulties faced by the students. So if you have any questions related to this topic, this is a very relevant and appropriate topic for this time to discuss. So please raise your questions and send it through our email ID, which is sahyog.ncert@ciet.nic.in. You're watching us live on PM eVidya channel number 6 to channel number 12, and also on our YouTube channel, which is NCERT Official. In the live chat box also, you can write down your questions, queries and share them with us without any hesitation. Till 5:30, our experts are going to be with us and they'll be answering all your questions. And as you can see on your screens, the number is being displayed, which is 8800440559. Let me introduce you to our today's panel members, and we have with us Dr. Lakshmidhar Behera. Welcome, sir.
Good evening. Welcome to all of you.
Good evening, sir. Sir is a professor from Regional Institute of Education, Bhubaneswar, NCERT, and along with him, we have the practicing counsellor, and she is Miss Pallavi Garg. Welcome, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening to everyone.
Good evening to you too, ma'am. Ma'am is a practicing counsellor, like I said, and she is also a PRT from Kendriya Vidyalaya number 1, Air Force Station, Halwara, Ludhiana. So let's begin this discussion, and I would like to begin with Dr. Behera and ask him, sir, what exactly is online education? Can you explain the definition for our viewers, and also how is it so important in this period, this present COVID-19 period?
So when we talk about online education, so during last 21 months, all of us, we have experienced our school students, students at other stages of education, we have experienced online education, although it is not new one, yes, where we use digital device and other devices for making our teaching learning process effective. And when we talk about the present pandemic situation, from 2020 March, April onwards, so in all the schools, whether it is state government school or other CBSE affiliated schools, so due to the school closure, so online was the medium of instruction, it was the mode of transaction, and it was used for assessment as well as for other teaching learning processes. So when we talk about this online learning, so there are different modes, different ways we can say. So when we use resources, particularly computer, laptops, smartphones are used, and we can also, like this DTH cable connection in television also, some of the resources are used, and radio set, basic mobile phone, FM channels, these are also used in this online education. And one of the ways, one of the challenges sometimes we can say, so how the digital education, how education can be imparted to the children when there is no device. There are also few resources, those are useful for the students for meaningful learning, and these are also useful by teachers. So this is about the pandemic situation and the teaching learning process. Yes.
Okay. All right. And I would like to ask Ms. Garg here. Ma'am, can you please mention what are the opportunities and even the challenges of online education, if you talk about particularly at the school level?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So first of all, I would like to talk about the opportunities. In this regard, I would say that online education has served as an effective alternative, has came as an effective alternative for such a situation. And I think that these type of emergency situations can occur in future. So education being the basic amenity of life can't be compromised in such a situation. So this pandemic has become a great opportunity and an exercise for emergency remote teaching to evaluate emerged challenges that can occur in future. And it has totally changed the way we think about learning. For example, we just think about learning as formal education, which is being imparted in schools, but education can be considered as an informal education, which is I think online education has come as an opportunity for this. It has served as a very good method to develop the children's from academic content, children not only academic content but also the social emotional content of the child is developed here. So they can be asked questions like, did you learn? What did you learn during lockdown? Can this be called learning? So it helps place learning in a much wider context. It is also an opportunity to focus on the unemphasized aspects like values, skills, moral values, which is generally not possible during the offline education. So it has emerged as a very good opportunity. Here the concept of self-study as well as peer learning has also increased. Earlier children were focused on more on schools only, were dependent on schools only, but now children could analyze their own weak areas and they can work upon those areas so that with the help of content available on various asynchronous media like YouTube, like other web sources like CIT, NCRT, Diksha portal. So there are various sources through which they could access content. Then there is that the major difference that I found in online education is that on previous method of traditional method of using blackboard and chalk to teach the children has changed. Now the teachers are using various alternative methods, like they are showing videos to children, they are sending audios to children, they are engaging them in various physical activities. So some people argue that various domains of development are not considered in online education, like socio-emotional, like physical. But I feel that all the domains can be considered if we think about it more deeply, and we can plan such activities so that children can engage in them. Now I would like to talk about the challenges. First of all, it is generally seen that why people are criticizing online education is because unequal distribution of ICT infrastructure. More of the people are not able to have access to ICT infrastructure. They don't have devices at their home. There are two categories in this, NDLD and LDLD. NDLD means no digital learning device and LDLD means limited digital learning device. So these people does not have such devices and so they are not able to take up the classes. But if it is possible, if we try, we can do that also. But it has become a great challenge for everyone during online education. Other than that, if they even have devices, then they don't have like internet connectivity at their homes, due to which they are not able to attend the classes. Then other than that, there is a lack of electricity in some remote areas, due to which they are not able to access the classes, the formal classes going on. So there are in some homes there are situations that there are two or more than siblings studying in different classes, different schools. So they are not able to they're not able to take online education simultaneously because there is one device at home. Even we are saying that children's physical aspect can be considered, social emotional aspect can be considered, but this pandemic situation has packed the children in their homes, due to which they are not able to come out. So this is the major factor. I think these are the opportunities and challenges which online education has posed at the school level.
Okay. So the challenges, they have been from the beginning, and our educators, they are taking care of it. So thank you so much, ma'am, for highlighting both the points, even opportunities and the challenges. So during this transition, the offline education to online education, it wasn't an easy period for the students as well. So during this online education, so would you like to tell us that how can one support or make sure about the physical and mental well-being of the children while they are studying online?
Okay. So as children has to sit for longer duration on virtual screens, so many issues are arising like eyesight problem, lethargy leading to obesity, bad ergonomics. So physical health and mental wellness of students is getting affected due to this. So this places children at a huge risk of online abuse also, because children are continuously on their phone. So millions of learners are turning, has led to cyberbullying problem also.
Absolutely. So Dr. Behra, would you like to add something to this question?
Yes. So physical health and mental wellness of students during this online phase, as you have already mentioned, so shifting from offline to online, so they're facing some problems. So the teachers, parents and all, they have a collaborative effort, and which can be helpful for solving this problem, to minimize this problem. So one of the ways we can say we have to interact regularly with them. So we have to watch out. So what are the anxieties? Is there any anxiety and depression? So we have to see this one. Apart from this, so we have to see, so when they are using their screen time and when they are using these online resources, whether they are using it effectively. So as the parents, teachers, we have to see about this. And one of the things which is very much useful for developing their physical health and mental well-being, that is regularly asking them to be involved in physical health yoga exercises, so which will be definitely very much helpful. And one of the thing is always, rather than focusing on online education, so at home, at school, although sometimes the resources may not be available, sometimes the parents support may be less. So we have to combine both online and offline games and other activities which may be conducive for development, all-round development of the child. Yes.
Okay, okay. And ma'am, can you tell us that how has the role of a teacher changed from offline to online? And like you have mentioned the programs, SWAYAM and even the CIET, NCERT's role in it. So what exactly is their role in the online education? Can you elaborate a little? And also I would like to ask you here that you mentioned the alternative academic calendar by NCERT. So how is it helpful for the teachers as well as students? Please highlight something about it.
Yes, sure, ma'am. Yes, teachers' role, I think, has changed a lot while shifting from offline to online education. Now, teachers are expected to be more vigilant and aware of the child's needs, their interests, their capabilities. Now, teachers have to be more planned before classes. They have to plan and schedule their activities more carefully, as children has to be engaged. Now, earlier there were face-to-face interactions between students and teachers, but now the situation is not same. Now all domains of development are difficult to be catered if planning is not there. So they have to devise various activities so that all children could be engaged and are willing to attend classes with enthusiasm. For this, NCERT has developed an alternative academic calendar, as you just mentioned, ma'am. So this online alternative academic calendar is based, specifically focused on online education, how children could be provided online education. So this alternative academic calendar set by NCERT for all the classes from classes 1 to 8. And this is very useful as teachers can take up the activities from this calendar. This is a calendar for the whole year, and it includes various activities. So for example, teacher is teaching about different fabrics to the children, so the teacher can tell children to take out some pieces, or take some pieces of fabric, bring some pieces of fabric in the class, show it to class, and they can discuss, they can feel, they can touch and find out the texture of the fabric. And this type of activities we generally do in school also. Yesterday also I was doing some poem with class 2 children, and the poem name is Granny Granny Please Comb My Hair. So I did an action poem and children very happy. So I think alternative academic calendar is a very good method, is a very good thing to depend upon to take out things. So it is a very good thing. So with which we can use in our online classes, in our online interaction. Other than that, NCERT has developed the Diksha portal and Nishtha. Diksha, full form of Diksha, is digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing. So it is a very good method. It is a very good portal where teachers programs are taken to enhance teachers' professional development. Right now also in KVs, Nishtha programs are going on, which various courses for teachers come every month. 3 courses every month are coming, which actually are helping teachers to enhance their profession, to bring changes in their teaching learning methods. This has really served as a very helpful thing for teachers. So teacher energized resource material handbooks are also there, which help to prepare TLM for children, because in online education it is very difficult to engage children, because children are sometimes become lethargy and they sleep. They are taking classes while laying down on their beds. So it is very difficult to, it is important to attract their attention, and hence these type of handbooks serve as a very good resource for teachers to use. Then other than that, there is Pragyata guidelines, full form of Pragyata, which it has 8 steps. It is developed by MHRD. It says plan, review, arrange, guide, talk, assign, track, and appreciate. So these are the 8 steps for how digital learning can, an effective digital teaching learning can take place. So this has served as a very good method. Another initiative that has been started by NCRT, which is called Swayam. So it is a portal where various channels are being, programs, various courses are being taking place. Counseling sessions are being given. So this is, I think, these all serve as a very good resource material for teachers.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. And sir, can you tell me that during this online learning process, how can the needs of diverse learners and even contents can be addressed?
Yes. So when we talk about diverse learners, so all the learners, they have diverse needs. And when we think about inclusive and equitable society, so there are children with special needs, children from rural habitations, remote habitations. So the multilingual setup is there. So during this online phase, there are few challenges and opportunities. And when online resources are designed, the need and interest of all the children with special needs, the bank children, it must be taken into account. Similarly, when we think about children from linguistic diversities, linguistic minorities, so many states, they have developed resources. For example, a state like Odisha, they have developed resources for learners, those who are from other languages, particularly at primary stages. So these are being developed. And for rural students, so many initiatives have been taken. So in RI Bhubaneswar, so we have taken one intervention project in Chilka block of Odisha. So this is a rural block where we found that online resources are very less, but how this mobile, how providing some of the learning resources, some of the books, e-books or contents, sometimes these are very much useful for the learners. So the National Education Policy categorically mentioned that we have to develop inclusive and equitable education for all. Similarly, this online education must be provided equitably to all. This is one of the major challenge, and this is one of the major requirements for this particular century.
Okay,
Yes?
all right, all right. Ma'am, would you like to suggest our school students here about the effects of online learning, and as in how can online learning be effective for them?
Sure, ma'am. So I feel that we talk about the challenges more and opportunities less. But if we took a look at the opportunities, I think there are various opportunities which online education has posed. For this, we can do some things which can make the online learning more effective. So students who do not have devices at home or access to any material to get education, first of all, it is important to ensure that they have textbooks at home. For this, like in KV schools, we have organized a scheme where older children were encouraged to contribute their textbooks to the school so that younger children could use them. In this, parents were told to come and give or collect the books from the school gate maintaining SOP norms. This helped those students who were not able to purchase textbooks due to the impact of the pandemic. And I think this thing could be implemented in all the schools around India. Other than that, I think remedial classes for individual learners, individual children can be organized. So, specifically for illiterate parents, illiterate children of first generation learners. So in this, parents can be guided that reading is not only limited to textbook. Parents can guide children at their home. This period should be utilized by them to expose the child to reading and reading with comprehension from various sources, newspapers, TV, packaged goods, posters. So these can serve as a very good alternative to textbook if they don't have textbook. Children could be watch various interactive sessions that are being conducted on Swayam Prabha DTH channel. This could also be watched by teachers, and they could accordingly guide the learners who don't have devices at their home. Few interactive stories, videos could be shown to children to help them improve their mental health. These all things could help learners make online learning more effective. Students who do not have device can go to a child's home staying nearby, so to attend the formal classes which are being going on. So to attend the synchronous classes through Google Meet, Zoom, whatever mode is being used in the school. The thing which I was inspired during my graduation days when I visited Vidya Bhavan in Udaipur, it is situated in Udaipur, there was a scheme called mobile library. I think that could also serve as a very good method, mobile library or a mobile school where a library can be created in a van and a driver can go with a volunteer or a teacher and children could be given access to books, some educational games could be played with them. This could also serve as a very good alternative. So there are various methods through which we can make online learning more effective.
Okay. Okay, so these are some great methods you just highlighted, and I'm sure all the viewers, including parents and teachers who are watching this program, they're going to learn a lot from this program. So here I would like to ask Sir, Dr. Behera, so online education, when students are at home, they are learning at home, parents are there with them all the time. So parents and teachers, they too have the role, have the responsibility, and even have the space where they can support the students during the online learning process. So what are their responsibilities? Anything you want to discuss regarding them?
Yes. So when we talk about parents and teachers support, we cannot differentiate between parents and teachers support, particularly for this online education. Both have collaborative role. So first thing is how to break the cycle of negative thoughts, particularly how to break this cycle. So this is one of the important things. And teachers as well as parents, we have to provide continuous feedback. Actually, this during this pandemic period, it has been seen that many success stories are there. So many teachers, they have visited the students and they have provided continuous feedback where the learning gaps have been minimized. So when we see about monitoring and solving their problems, so many teachers, although these are some of the very specific context, specific examples, but many times in some of the small cases, so it has been done by many teachers. So one of the things with regard to identifying the talents and the specific potential of the students. So this will be helpful for assessing them. This will be helpful for designing the teaching learning strategies. So this will be very much helpful. As already it is mentioned, we have also discussed emotional support of parents, family members, the neighboring personnel, as well as others is very much important. So one of the other important things we can say, so we have to support the child how to manage time effectively. So this is also very much important, and teachers, parents and other personnel also, they have a very important role to play for helping the child how to manage time effectively.
Okay. We've got last 3 minutes left for this conversation to end. So here comes my last question, and this is to you, sir, Dr. Behera. Please let us know the future horizons expected of online learning now that we are thinking that the COVID era is about to end. So
the future of online learning, so in all countries, if you see and if you see the recent reports of UNICEF, UNESCO and other international bodies, so although there is divide among the states, among countries, between the countries, but its future is very bright. So this pandemic has taught us how online learning can be used effectively even if in the remote places. So one of the things which is very important is how to train the teachers, how to orient teachers and build the capacity of the teachers. So this is very much required for 21st century. Another thing which is very much required is how to make awareness among the parents. So generally there is a saying, there is a feeling that the parents, those who are illiterate or low socioeconomic status, so they are not aware. Sometimes also middle class parents, they are also less aware about this. So how to make them aware about different schemes, programs of initiatives of the government, and how to help them so that they will be helping their children. So this is very much important. And yes, the online learning during this 21st century, it will be there, and we have to help how it will be reaching the unreached, how it will be breaking the divide between rural and urban, as well as between different habitations.
Okay. Before we end, do you have any message, any suggestion for our viewers, ma'am?
Sure, ma'am. So I would like to say that, as I mentioned before also, that this has become a good opportunity, as sir also mentioned, that this has become a very good opportunity to for other emergency situations that can happen in the future, or it has become a very effective method to, if we engage in it fruitfully, I think it can become a very good method to support children. So I think. This can be very fruitful method if we engage in it beautifully.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the beautiful message. You have passed it on. And thank you to both our experts for giving us your time and discussing the very relevant topic, online learning by school students, efforts and supports. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you to all the viewers for watching this important session, and if you have any queries, you can always send your questions through our email ID, which is sahyog.ncrt@ciet.nic.in. So in this particular session, we have learned that there are efforts made by teachers and even students, including parents, and this online learning is the future of 21st century. So we have to adapt this particular process, and we'll have to get used to it. Thank you so much, and take great care of yourself. And we're wrapping up our today's sessions, but we'll come back tomorrow again with more subjects and with more topics. Keep on watching PM eVidya channels. Thank you once again. Namaste.